What's up, everybody? Dante here from East Coast Gridiron, and if you know us, we've been doing a lot of film studies, but this is one that I kind of get to do public. He asked me to do a video. Shout out to Clayton Smith. He asked me on TikTok to go ahead and run through his high school films. So this is actually from his freshman year. He played varsity, class of 2027. He's a center and nose guard. So this one should be very fun. Now, you know, anybody out there that's in high school, you want me to review your film, I do not charge for this service to try to help you out. Generally, you're giving me content, so if I could spit any free game to, any high school player out there, that's what I'm going to do, and then possibly help you get in the spotlight. So Clayton Smith reached out to me on TikTok, said, hey man, can you give me some critiques? You guys know your stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I gladly said, yeah, we'll dig into your film and see what's up. So I got a hold of his film here. You guys can go and follow him on Twitter at X as well, 𝗕𝘂𝘀𝘀 Smith. I'll put all his links in the description to his HUDL page, to his Twitter. A couple things before we get started. He plays for Western Brown High School. That's up in Ohio, I believe. Yeah, and Mount Orab, Ohio. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. He wears number 74 as his jersey. Listed as a center and nose guard primarily. I see him playing center. 6'2", 280 pounds. Now, it's a big kid for being a freshman. 40-yard dash, 5.67, not bad. Bench press 205 pounds, 185 bench press. He can rep that 3 times. Squats 335, deadlift 325. Hits the clean on 185. And like I said before, is the class of 2027. So let's dig into the film. This is probably going to be a little bit of a longer one, but if anybody's out there, any aspiring high school athletes that want me to review your film, please hit me up either in the email. It should be in the description, or you can DM me on X, Instagram, wherever you can find us. The tag is ECG_FB as in football. So, yeah. And so let's go ahead and dig right into it. So we see him here. Got an arrow pointing out. I don't know if it's very hard for you guys to see. He says that they run a spread offense. Looks like these guys are running a variation of cover 0, or at least cover 1 here. Go ahead and rewind this. So he's playing center. Totally takes this guy out. So a couple things I look for. Base. How heads up are you after the snap is very important. How quickly you get the ball to the quarterback, the placement of the ball. So there's footwork is very important. And of course, strength. We see that he's got all the strength in the world right now as a freshman playing varsity ball. Great sitting in the base. I like to see within 5 yards. I always tell kids this. If you're looking from, top hash to the bottom hash within 5 yards here, how much do you move throughout that, or within a 5-yard stretch? Especially those inside guys, they're not meant to anchor on the outside so much, and meant to keep that middle protected. And he didn't really need the left guard's help here. This guy's trying to cut in the inside on the opposite A gap, and he handles him pretty well here. Good footwork. Kind of gets twisted up just a little bit. As you see, his legs are going parallel. I like them to keep straight across. But, what that's going to force, and I'm talking to Clayton as if I was to review this, as his coach, is you kind of want to avoid giving any type of open space. Your right guard, is already letting the man through down here. And now you're just, body positioning wise, getting sideways like this. Now that your teammate is all the way down here, it kind of opens up this hole even more, because as far as he keeps going this way, that hole gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So you don't want to give your defensive lineman any advantage by cutting, getting inside where that A gap, just that hole gets more open, especially in any formation. But shotgun, your quarterback doesn't have that much time to, get the ball off when there's a lot of defenders around him. So even under center, I don't know how important that is. But as long as you're not getting sideways and letting that guy come through, I think you'll be good. The way that you reposition and got yourself back reset is actually a positive. See, let me get all this junk off the screen here. Nobody cares about all my arrows, but the thing that I like, as you step back to get your hands in position, you're setting your anchor up, and it's just that one little step that gets sideways here that, you know, I hope that could get better, but keeping your hands inside, making sure that you're not causing a penalty, and you square back up towards the end of the rep. So good stuff, great recovery. You know, just a couple things that you could work on, but so we get a really good look at how the ball is snapped. A little too high for my liking, but that's just, you know, first year being varsity. I'm not sure how many quarterbacks you had this year. He was probably the same one, but making sure you're snapping that ball in the chest. Figuring out how your quarterback likes it too. Some quarterbacks, football down here, I know this is deflated, but some quarterbacks like to receive it head up like this with the point. Some quarterbacks like to receive it sideways. So, you know, I don't know what that chemistry is like, but you know, I would want it neck level, chest to neck level, where I'd want that ball snapped. See here, he gets the snap off, and you're ready. You're anchoring. Not that much movement on that hash mark. That's what I'm looking for. Looking for work. And you push them right into your teammate where you're getting extra help there. Great. Are the gaps covered? Yep. Your linemen are doing their job. This is excellent, man. I mean, within 2 hashes is your only movement. You're doing your job. So keep with that. Again, the less movement that you can have between one hash mark and the next hash mark is where you want to do most of your work. You move 2 hash marks, I think that could be worked on, but that comes with, you know, timing and trying to figure out the defenders as well. Kind of get a heads up view here. Guys are running a 2x1 and 11 personnel. Great job pancaking that guy. Okay, so a couple things here. Love the play, great highlight, but obviously things that you can work on. Communication with your right guard and any of the guards next to you, knowing predicting what their assignment is going to be, right? Obviously, when this guy comes up, he's going to want to get through the left side A gap here. So the only thing that I would know is kind of anticipate moving to the left, because you know your teammate's going to come up here. The closest that you can close this gap next to your teammate on the left side, you prevent him from, just in case you couldn't get this pancake off, you prevent a bad play happening. But great pancake. Obviously, you're a strong kid, but being able to move that feet, being able to shuffle to that side, get right in front of him. As much as you can get that kid right in front of you and not on your left or right shoulder, you're gonna put yourself in a good position. So good job taking care of that 0 there. Good. All right, missed it here. All right, so you got a nose guard right in front of you. Did you have some help there? Yep. So I mean, just again, you gotta pull in right guard. And he just ran into your teammate here. So Great play. Just want to, again, making sure that those feet are anchored like this while your quarterback is staring here, not this way. Not this way. Once you get yourself out of position, you give yourself time for that defender to come around and obviously have a bad day. But, you know, your teammate's there for help. Still, there's no movement. A lot of movement between the two hash marks. Great play. Got another rep here where you're pancaking. Guys running a little bit more 12 personnel here. Nice. That is a great block from you. You step back to give yourself a little bit leverage, and you're taking your guy down. That's your best rep so far. That's your best rep so far. The only thing that I would say is once you get this guy down, another thing from offensive lineman, go and look for some work. Go and look for some more work. This guy is already incapacitated. Focus on the next guy. But this is your best rep so far. All right. Obviously, you're the bigger man here. This is just demolishing your opponent at this point. That's what you got to do. Incapacitate your man. One thing that I did like is you force him to come. You force him to come to the weak side of the field, right? Obviously, your strong side of the play, or the in play version of the run is going to the left side. Force him to go to, you know, the weakest point of the play, not the weak side of the field, but the weakest point of the play, which was going to be towards your right. Incapacitate him, and the guy thought he could manhandle you after, which was hilarious. Now I want to focus some on just your reaction as well. So we saw you got the strength. We saw you could, you know, set an anchor between the hashes. Really good. Man, you're just a pancaking machine, man. Let's see the feet. Step back, give yourself leverage. Yep. And just another great play. Love it. Yeah. See, I think that's... Yeah, I think that's where it is for me right there. Is you want to make sure that in any given time that you're not giving up any shoulder position. What I mean by shoulder position is make sure that guy doesn't turn you and makes you focus on the way that you're not there. I mean, we saw this a couple times already, right? You know, make sure that your body's not getting sideways. As head up as you can be, as much as you can be a brick wall, that's where you want to get it. I think that's kind of where your biggest thing that you can focus on. I think you're a very anticipatory blocker where you want to see what they do, but sometimes just getting a hand in there and leaving this hand back, a guiding hand. So you got your guiding hand, then you have a hand that's going to prevent one side or the other. Sometimes it's a guessing game, and that's more of a professional technique, but I think that you can kind of anticipate where that guy is going to go, especially if you know which side that you're losing on most. And it seems like your right or your left side or your right side arm is the one that's getting you, kind of push out of position. So, the left side of your body is where, especially where the play is head up, that's where you kind of need to focus on. Getting sideways and out the rep is what's dangerous. Now I'm gonna watch the full play here. I think you're getting by a lot with your strength, which is fine. You need to be strong, but you want to make sure that this guy is not pushing you. You had help there, and you stuck with them. Again, not your best rep, but that's one thing I say that you obviously could work on for sure. Another pancake here. Again, I think you're very anticipatory, which comes with getting a lot of those pancakes. I think guys are trying to get underneath you. They get the next level of football. Guys are going to want to try to get you head up and make you go underneath. So just always be aware of that. I would start learning, especially on those smaller guys, a pancake this way and putting them on their back always looks better on film than the pancake this way and folding them under. Not taking anything away from your game, which is great, and you're understanding that. But I think you're strong enough to push these dudes, to push especially this defender all the way to the back of their logo, to the back of the end zone. So why this could be a bad thing on this pancake? Simply because this is a run play. Smart defenders in college and in the NFL are grabbing legs. One trip could have ruined this touchdown. Even though you incapacitated him and got the pancake down, that's one thing. And again, look at your body. Your body's getting sideways even on the pancake. Feet are the most important. If you got to stutter step to get that foot back in the dirt from having to turn, do that. You see how your left leg goes straight back, and now your foot is trying to figure out where to plant. It's almost like diving in the pool. But I mean, you're a pancaking machine. Just when the guys are looking on film from college, they'd like to see that play go up and out versus down and about, where especially on a running play where a defender can get straight up and grab the foot of your quarterback or your running back. So this is excellent, man. As a freshman, there's things to work on, but there's things that you've already understand, and like having a strong base and a strong anchor is something that and being super strong, you're only going to get stronger. So your next year, having to bench 205, your personal best probably by the time the season starts is probably going to be in that 225, 230 range, and if not higher. And I'm sure you're not done growing too. So being 6'2", 280, you're going to put a couple more inches. You're probably going to be like 6'4", 6'5" by the time your high school career is over. All right, so we got a bit of a twist formation here from the two off-ball linebackers, just trying to cross you up. And again, you're picking the closest man to the line of scrimmage, which is smart. Your guards are going to be the first one to drop back. Your job as a center is always what? Making sure you're not moving so much and taking care of your guy, because the shortest line to the quarterback is through the middle. So understanding that is great. And look, this is more what I'm talking about here. This is a great rep from you as a center. You never let your guy get an advantage on you. Now, when I said you're losing a lot of momentum to the left side, Look at your right side. Your anchor is so strong. You're moving with his momentum while within 2 hash marks. You're within this much space. You're not getting moved that much. Number 50 was having a difficult time against you there. And this is a professional rep through and through. Blockers like this at the next level get scholarship offers. They end up in the NFL when they're doing this to their opponent. So you didn't allow yourself too much time to think about not only who you're going to block in this crossing blitz. You picked up the closest guy to your line of scrimmage, and you let your guards take care of the rest. And you have a completion on that play. So you get your guy repped up here. You're still looking for work, still anchoring. There you go. Great play. All right, so we got a 2x3 here. So you guys got every receiver out there in shotgun. So you know there's going to be some empty gaps here. Empty. If this guy gets around, empty. You might find yourself in a 2v1 matchup here. Yep, favoring that left side again. But this, I love this pancake better than most of your pancakes. Within the hash marks. You didn't move. You just incapacitated your guy. Incapacitate him. Again, the only thing that I would tell you here, just get back up and go look for some more work. The guy's done. Get some more work. See, you had a middle linebacker there. You had 2 middle linebackers there. So, you know, your job could be kind of tough if they're disguising the blitz. Amazing double team by you and your teammate. That dude had no chance. Give your quarterback time. He rolls out. Gets a couple yards. All right, goal line stance here. 11 personnel, it looks like. Your teammate comes up for help. This was that nose guard just way stronger? Do you feel like that you're having problems in this game against this guy? Because he busted through both of you guys in the A gap. Again, good players reach for legs. So that was probably your worst rep that we've seen so far. And again, it's that left side of your body that you're having problems with. I wonder if you're left or right-handed too. Because if you're left-handed and that's the place that you struggle, that makes sense. So I would start strengthening your vision on that side. Whether if you're taking 2 double teams on that side in practice or getting with a teammate that can help you with that, your right side has to be as good as your left side. It's kind of like a hockey player. You have to know how to skate as well as you walk or run. And it's the same thing with blocking. Maybe try taking a step back with that left leg, or making the first move with your right leg when you step up the block. So you give your left side a little bit more leverage. Sometimes it's the opposite. I know you try to set a strong anchor with the left side of your leg, but maybe it's not, maybe it's not strong enough so far as far as when you set your anchor. But that's really and truly, from what I've seen so far on this film, was like, that's your biggest issue. Again, it's the same rep. It's a pancake, but let's say that guy gets his hand in the dirt and pushes you out the way. That could have been a sack. So I think we're gonna we'll wrap it up here. I may do a part 2 for you, Clayton. I know I got some other games, or just in case you want some more feedback on, you know, what you could do better and things like that. But please, guys, if there's any coaches out there that have any feedback for Clayton, any offensive line coaches, please, you know, hit them up on Twitter. I know you've had some conversations with some schools after some camps and things like that. Like Toledo gave you some good advice, and so you got some eyeballs on you, which is great. As a freshman, you have the size. Now just putting it all together, you know you're strong, you know you have a good base, you know your snaps need a little improvement out of shotgun. Your footwork could be a little better just to help you get to a side where you're not as strong on. So I would just focus on the left side of the line. Maybe take some snaps at left tackle. Maybe that would be my advice for you, is ask your coach, can I get some snaps at left tackle, so you can kind of get a feeling on how to deal with the guy that's on that left side rush, to see how you can defend that more. That may be super helpful for you. So that's my advice. But thanks, Clayton, for reaching out. If there's anybody out there that wants me to review your film, just DM me. All the links are down in the description. Thanks very much for watching. And if you want to see more things like this, and you know some high school players that have a couple offers or having conversations with colleges, please have them reach out to me, and I'll be sure to give them as much advice as I can. Everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later.